Welcome again to Esiwakago YouTube channel, and this is another day that God has given us so that we can sit down and talk. I take this opportunity to thank each and every subscriber here. Thank you for the support, and keep on watching and also inviting other people to come and subscribe. If at all you know one of my video that gave you an information you are looking for, please be kind enough and invite 5 people to come and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and God will bless you. Today we're gonna talk about dating. I know you are shocked. I am too. I didn't know I can talk about dating. So my dating story is not a personal story, but it is about single parents dating strategies, the fails, what to expect, what not to expect, how it might look like, and what it actually is. So without wasting more time, of course I wasn't wasting, let us jump right in. The number one problem, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna mix them. Number one problem: sometimes the expectations are too high, such that they cannot be met, and this brings in a fail. How or what do I mean by that? Number one, a single parent is someone who is fully committed. It is someone who only has 24 hours like any other person, and they're trying to bring something new on board. Because when you're a single parent, you have your kids, you have their activities, you have your job, you have everything they might need, from medical, from activities, from cooking, everything is just you. And now you wanna take in on board something that gonna require your time. And this becomes a big issue, because the other person, for example, if you meet a single person, that is, they don't have kids, or they have kids but they are with their mother, and you are the sister in Christ here, this is the brother in Christ here whom you gonna start dating. Time allocation or time commitment is a big issue. Why? When you are a single parent, and especially wherever you are living, it doesn't matter, because you might be somewhere that you cannot afford a babysitter, or you don't have a babysitter and you don't have anyone, you can just hire that fast to come on board and help you with babysitting, so that you can go and create time with the person that you want to date. So number one problem is responsibilities that a single person has. Sometimes they stand as a big problem, especially when it comes to the convenience or the commitment of seeing this person as they would want. And this is something I would want to touch in details. Sometimes the people who are being dated, they don't understand the sacrifice, or the sacrifice the other person did in order to come and meet them. They left their kids, they paid someone to come babysit their kid, because of course you cannot leave your kids alone to just go see someone. That is being very irresponsible. At least you have to make sure that your kids are safe before you can go and look for the love of your life, okay? Because your kids are your first love. Of course, they are your blood. You are going to meet someone who is not your blood, but your kids cannot play the part of the person that you are going to meet. So both of them are very important in this. But you, as the single woman, it becomes hard, or the single dad, it becomes hard to just leave your kids irresponsibly to go and meet them. So you have to hire someone, or you have to call in a friend or a relative to come and help, at least for that day. So there is so much sacrifice that is needed, and people commit to that. There is only one thing I would want people to understand. if you're a single parent, dating a single parent, and you're looking forward to settling down together, understand the inconvenience that is already there because there are kids on board, and the kids deserves to be safe. They deserve safety from their parent. So it can be a little bit tricky to meet at the same time you would be willing to, or the other person is willing to, because it depends so much with the availability of a babysitter, also job commitments. You are both committed in different ways. You have different off days for those who are hired, and for you to find a replacement so that you can match the other person's off day, it is also a havoc, and not just because of the other person, but also because they are kids and they have activities that fall probably on the same date, and so many things. All I'm trying to say is, dating a single parent who is having little kids, or who has kids minors, let me call them minors, under the age of 18, it can be very tricky when it comes to committing time. Sometimes matching the time is very hard, especially in the first worlds, because of so many things and so many rules. And even though there were no rules, always be a good parent. Make sure your kids are safe. And before I finish with this point, let me include this. If ever a single parent ever committed to come and see you, and you want to start something, if you are not sure that you want them for real and you are not playing, please stop involving them. It takes so much for a single parent to get an off day to go and commit it to meeting you. Please do not waste their time. It takes a lot more than just what you see. Another thing, when people are dating, especially single parents, it becomes hard because you're like, I don't know how the kids will feel. Some people feel like that. I don't know how the kids will feel. I don't know if they're gonna like this man. I don't know if they're gonna like this lady. Let me tell you, or let me ask you something. Are you looking for a partner, or are you looking for a father to your kids or a mother to your kids? You need to differentiate that. You are looking for a partner, not the mother or the father of your existing kids. That is why I said there is so much high expectation. People need to lower that, because you are not gonna look for a man to come and become the father figure of your kids. He's not supposed to. If he brings that in, well and good. If he doesn't, you are not going out there to come and look for a mentor to your kids. If they have their dad, the dad should take the responsibility of becoming their mentor. If the dad cannot become their mentor, it is not the sole responsibility of the new partner to come and become their mentor. When you do that, you put so much weight on the person coming on board. The same thing with the lady. You shouldn't look for a lady, if you are a man, to come and make her a mother figure to your kids. And I'm not saying it is a bad thing. Of course, they should behave in a way that the kids cannot go astray if they look at them. And that is very personal. And as well, that is something you can communicate between yourself and agree that even though we are not looking for each other to come and be the mother or the father of these existing kids, it is also very important to make sure we are conducting ourselves in a way that these kids, if they look to us, they see an adult that they can watch after, or an adult that they can copy, and what they can copy, because most kids, or all kids, they learn more by watching. Let us make sure that whatever they are watching us do is something, if they copy pasted it, it won't be a trouble to us. Because another truth is that if a kid copy pastes something bad from you, it's gonna give you more trouble than it can even give to them. So it is also good to consider a partner who has good habits, who is committed and who values kids, who knows the need to conduct yourself in a way that you can be emulated by your child and it won't punish you or punish the society. So when you're looking for a partner, it is important to understand that you are not looking for a father figure and you're not looking for a mother figure for the already existing kids. But it does not mean whoever gonna come on board can behave anyhow because they are not responsible to teaching these kids a good habit, okay? The other thing I would want to talk about, it is when you are dating as a single parent, you also need to set boundaries. And don't be confused here. When I talk of boundaries, I mean like two people can never ever work together unless they agree. That is the Bible that says that. Two people cannot walk together unless they agree. This is a journey. You are starting a journey, not because you didn't have a journey before. There was another one that did not finish, and now there is this one, a new one, a fresh one. Please, there are things that you underwent in the other relationships. Do not bring them on board. Do not drag them in the new relationship. Otherwise, the same thing gonna happen. And this is why so many people fell out. Why? Because they are coming with the experience from the other relationship. They are bringing them here, the problems, the good things, the bad things, because a relationship can be affected by good and bad things. Good things in that there are things the other partner was doing exceptionally well, and they want to see them in you, but you cannot be them. There are also bad things that the person saw from or experienced from the other partner, and when they come to you, whenever you try doing something similar, they compare it with the other person and they become very furious. That affects the relationship and it can break very easily. It is good to style up or to grow from the old things. The Bible says, behold, the old is gone, and now it is a new beginning. This is a new beginning. Please forget about the old things. When you get into a relationship and you had a bad experience in the other relationship, if it takes you to go and see a counselor, go see a counselor. Let them take you through the phase until you feel, I am now ready to date again, without bringing in the old things that I went through into this new relationship. Please stop making people suffer for the problems that happened and they don't even know them. They don't even know about the problems you went through. Even if they know, they cannot know the intensity of those problems. Please, when you get into a new relationship and you had a prior one that got messed up, do not make the same mistakes, drag them into the new relationship, because another breakup is right about to happen. I believe in one thing. When you make the first mistake and you make the second mistake, if you make the third mistake, then this is you. This is you, because you cannot make the first one, go to the second one, make a similar one, and go to the third one, make a similar one. You need to outgrow these mistakes. If you cannot outgrow mistakes, you will never ever make it in a marriage, because you want to repeat the same thing. The thing you did at 25 years, the things you repeated at 35 years, you want to repeat them at 40 years. Do you think you have a future in marriage? You will never. So it is good to outgrow things. And when you grow older, some people grow older, but they don't grow up. That is the problem. But when you grow older, also pull up your socks to grow up, so that you can go with your age. You can be able to forget things that are not important. You can be able to forget things that you did or you used to do because you are now in an age that requires you to behave accordingly. You have grown-up kids by now, 45 people and up, they have kids that are grown-up. You need to set a good example. You need to show your child that settling down is part of life. So behave accordingly. Support what you want to see with what you do. And this is one problem people make. You want to see something, but you don't want to act accordingly to support it. So you keep on blaming the other person because you do not want to own up to your problems. So this pattern of breaking up with people continues. I said I'm not a counselor by profession, but life has made me one. And experience is the best teacher. Unless you grow up and decide, I will not repeat something 3 times, because it becomes a habit, it becomes a pattern, and when something becomes a pattern, then it is very hard to break it. But you can break it. No counselor can help you break it but you. You can help yourself to break it. So, the best thing to do is to match your age, match what you want to see. Be what you want to see in your partner. And it will help you, both of you, to grow old together. It is very hard to expect something that you cannot give. If you cannot give something, then you cannot expect it back. If someone can give you respect, then they expect you to respect them as well. I will be back to talk about long distance dating. Watch the next video.